Ladies and gentlemen, this is day one of the certified boot camp in the fourth quarter of 2023. I am your host, the real AE. My buddies call me AA Ron from that Key and Peele skit from many, many years ago. I am so honored and blessed to be in your guys' presence tonight. We're going to have a lot of fun. I really wanted this boot camp to be an opportunity just to tap into the basics. I think right now we live in an era where we forget that the fundamentals really make people rich. You know, fundamentals really does change people's lives. Keeping it simple, right? Keeping things as simple as possible is the best way for us to really maximize growth. In my honest opinion, with trading nowadays and how mixtured it can be, how different it can flow, how there's so many different ways to make money, I've felt that God has allowed me to keep the basics close to my heart and remind people that the basics is everything that you need to be great. The basics is everything that you need to be successful. And the moment we step too far away from the basics, we start running into pitfalls. We start running into different problems because we make things too complicated. We try to fancy things up. We try to go above and beyond. We try to go way out of the scope of what we need to do. But it's always starting with the foundation. The foundation of trading, the foundation of making money is all about the apps and the tools that we use. And one of the most, I would say the most popular free tool that every trader uses is MetaTrader 4. I just want to get a gauge in the room. How many of us actually have MetaTrader 4 downloaded on our phones? If you can just drop a 2 in the chat or make some kind of noise or acknowledgement of who has MetaTrader 4 on their phone downloaded right now. I just want to see if you already have MetaTrader 4 downloaded to your phone, drop a 2 in the chat, drop a 2 in the comment section. We want to go ahead and just gauge the room. If you're somebody who does not have this app on their phone, feel free to drop a 3. You know, drop a 3 if you're somebody who does not have this app on their phone. Because I want to go ahead and get a gauge of how adept we are with the knowledge and how far that we need to go into this conversation. But of course, just because you have the app on your phone, it always feels good to have a good refresher. So here's what we're going to be learning about tonight. I'm going to be showing you guys the apparatus of MetaTrader 4 and what it does, how does it work, etc. So we can continue to build upon the foundation of traders at who we are. But also I want people who are watching this call from the recording to get fully educated of the application that's on the App Store right now. There was one point that MetaTrader 4 and MetaTrader 5 was taken off of the App Store because of some allegations that the U.S. government had on it. So we cannot guarantee that this app will always exist. Just like Flappy Bird, when it was around, if you never delete an app, you still have it. But remember, that app got removed, right? So, but the power of MetaTrader 4 and the power of MetaTrader 5, I truly do believe if more and more people see the value of what that app can do for you, your family, your friends, and everything like that, it's going to pretty much change the course of history. And especially in the modern era, we do everything on our phone. And so MetaTrader 4 is just the gateway to do so. So to begin this call, I want to go ahead and debunk a few things about MetaTrader 4, about trading that a lot of us may not completely understand. Number one, MetaTrader 4 is not the app where people make money. Let's say it again. You don't make money on MT4. You make money with your broker, and MetaTrader 4 is an application to trade on your broker, right? So let me break that down. There's different kind of brokerages in the foreign exchange market, cryptocurrency market, which MetaTrader 4 is compatible with. You have funded brokers. Now, these are people that give you an X amount of capital of their money to trade. You pass a few challenges, whether it's a percentage, whether it's a monetary goal, and then you bake that challenge. You are agreeing to a contract of any profit you gain after defeating the challenge. That broker is going to ask for X amount of percentage of your profits, and then you keep the rest. Whether it's 80-90, it's 80-20, 85-15, 90-10, right? So there's funded brokers. You make money with that broker, and then you use MetaTrader 4 to trade on the market. Another broker that is called is an unregulated broker. Now, these brokers are not regulated by the United States government. Now, an unregulated broker are very popular amongst a lot of traders. And if you guys are taking notes, I'm going to list a few that many of us have used or are using currently, right? So very famous brokers that people have used that you'll see on social media: Hugo's Way, KOT Forex, and FX Way, right? Those are three of the popular brokers that I have ran across that people use to trade on their phones. These are unregulated brokers because they're based offshore, meaning that they're not in the United States, and they don't follow U.S. regulation laws with the FDIC, the SEC, etc. like that. Now, there's also regulated brokers. The last one is regulated brokers. Regulated brokers are regulated by you know who? The United States government, right? These brokers are watched. These brokers have to do audits with the U.S. government. They have to follow certain laws, right? So a couple of regulated brokers that we've seen that are out there that I know is Forex.com, IQ.com, Owanda, right? These are brokers that I've ran into, and I'm a little iffy about sway markets, but I'm gonna do some more research about sway markets. But those are brokers that people use in the United States to trade on a day-to-day basis. Am I saying that any broker is better than the other? No, I am not. But I don't want you as the consumer, as the student, as the learner to be manipulated in the fact that one broker is better than the other. Every broker has its advantage and every broker has its disadvantage. Here's an example. If I wanted to trade Bitcoin on my phone and I'm using X broker, I might not get a better rate of return on that brokerage versus trading on another one, because the spreads are different, because the profit loss is different, because the mitigation is different, because the margin levels. Every broker operates separately. So before you can really dive into MetaTrader 4 and maximize MetaTrader 4 the way you need to, you must begin your research on the brokerage you are going to use to make money in the foreign exchange market and the cryptocurrency market, and even for some brokers on your phone, the stock market, right? Because MetaTrader 4, and I'm gonna show you guys tonight, MetaTrader 4, you can trade stocks. You can trade Apple, you can trade Tesla, Boeing, Dell, Ford. These are companies that you can trade. You don't need a Webull. You don't need a Robinhood. You don't need a TD Ameritrade. You don't need all those other apps that are on the store. MetaTrader 4 can also be an opportunity for you to gain access to the stock market, even though it might be limited, but you can now day trade it on your phone as you go. All right, so I'll break down what we just went over a little bit. Number one, do your research on the brokerage you are going to use to trade in these markets. Number two, MetaTrader 4 is not a broker. Okay, MetaTrader 4 is not a broker. MetaTrader 4 is an application on your phone that's connected to a brokerage so you can trade. All right, I just want to be very clear about that. That's what you see screenshots on social media about. Yeah, that's MetaTrader 4, but you as the consumer, you don't know what broker they have. You don't know what kind of risk they're handling. So just because a screenshot comes across your phone and it makes you get riled up emotionally, there's research and there's things and there's technology behind that. There's analysis. And so tonight I want to give you guys as much game as possible. So when you go on social media, when you're doing your own research, you are now equipped with the background knowledge to not fall for scams, to not fall for pitfalls, and you can make the best educated, financially literate, financially comprehensive decision before putting money into a market that you cannot control. Drop a 7 if I'm making as clear sense as possible about MetaTrader 4 and what to look out for, what it's all about, and I want to go ahead and dive into it. Drop a 7 in the chat if you guys are good to go. I am super excited. I'm grateful to be here, guys. I am grateful to be here. Definitely give me a definitely, if you like what you're hearing, family, definitely go ahead and comment. Definitely go ahead and like. We're gonna go ahead and dive into the education. And so what I'm gonna do, family, I'm actually going to get on my iPad over here. I'm gonna get on my iPad and we're gonna dive into MetaTrader 4 a little bit. And I'm gonna be circling some things for you guys. I'm gonna be drawing out a few examples, because the number one thing I want you guys to understand is that the market is not complicated. It's just the way that it's marketed. right? The foreign exchange market, the cryptocurrency market, MetaTrader 4 is actually not that complicated, but it's because the way that it's marketed. It's because the way that the media portrays it, or entrepreneurs and different traders, they make it this super powerful, super secret thing. And family, I hate to break it to you, it's really not like that. But you have to have somebody who is willing to sit down and give you guys the game from a basic fundamental standpoint, so now that everybody can eat and flourish together. And that's why we're doing this boot camp. I want to give you guys the game. So I'm gonna go ahead. I got my iPad here live on the call. I do have the Zoom chat here on my computer as well. So at any point, you guys, you have questions, just feel free to raise your hand. I'll make sure to acknowledge you in the room as well, so we could go ahead and make this thing possible. So we're gonna go ahead and reclaim the host here. Stop the video. All right, awesome, awesome. If you guys are able to see my screen in 3, 2, 1, go ahead and drop a 1 in the chat. Just a couple people. If you guys are able to see my screen, go ahead and drop 1 in the chat. If you guys are able to see my screen, excellent, excellent, excellent. So I know we're on our iPad here, and there's some things you guys want to see. Your phone is going to look very similar, but the reason why I'm on my iPad is because I want to be able to draw things out for you guys, and I want to make things super, super clear for what we're talking about. So on the left-hand side, family, I want us to focus on these. I want us to focus on this left-hand side first. So I'm going to take a screenshot, and I'm going to zoom in to this side only. I want you guys to focus on what you're looking at here. We're going to mark some things up. All right, so let's start with this right here. Now, all these letters on the side of your screen that you're looking at here, family, is called your pairs. These are your pairs, these are your tickers, these are your stocks, cryptos, etc. This is where all of your currency pairs are going to be located when you're trading on your phone. So in the foreign exchange market, we don't trade the US dollar by itself. Some people do, but that's for different brokerages. Most people on MetaTrader 4 trade a combination of these 3 things. It's a one currency against another, right? Something like this. Either an indice that looks like that, a stock, which looks like that, or crypto, which looks like that. Most people on MetaTrader 4 trade those 4 things. A currency pair, like that, an indice, such as that, a stock, such as Tesla, and cryptocurrencies, such as Bitcoin. Those are the 4 main popular things people trade on their phones when it comes to MetaTrader 4. And you can too today, right now, and I'm going to show you how to do that. But first, you need to understand what you're looking at. So the left-hand side of your screen, as you guys all see, this is where you're going to find your currency pairs, indices, and cryptos. Right? So now on the right-hand side, these numbers over here, this is your ask and bid price. Now, Aaron, you're listening to me. You're listening to me and saying, Aaron, what is ask and bid? And I'm going to explain it to you in a way that's going to make sense. So I'm going to go ahead and delete the screenshot. I'm going to pull up my notes here, and I'm going to give you guys an idea of what ask price and bid price really means. Now, would I love to go into a super scientific, definition and give you guys? No, I'm not here to do that. I want to give you guys something that makes sense. So I'm going to use you guys an example in the chat. So let's say I got my girl Fee over here, right? This is Fee. Now, Fee has a pair of Jordans, right? Jordans, whatever. Those Jordans cost $200. Fee is she's asking for $200 for these Jordans. Now we have all these people over here. They all got eyeballs on these Jordans. They all want to buy. They all want to buy. Fee's asking for $200. But You got this guy saying, hey, I'll pay 210 over here. Yo, I'll pay 205. Yo, man, I'll pay 201. Hey, man, I'll pay 215 over here. Man, I'll pay 235. I'll pay 200. I'll pay 200. 195. 190. I'll pay 240. I'll pay 200. I'll pay 210. I'll pay 225. These are all bids. Ask and bids. The different, and now check this out. What the market, what you're going to see on MetaTrader 4 is an average. You're going to see on MetaTrader 4 the average between the ask and the bid. You're going to see an average. So remember, Fee's not the only person selling them Jordans. There's multiple people selling Jordans. So the market, so what MetaTrader 4 does, it takes the average of all the people asking for how much my currency is valued at, or my product, or my money, right? And they're gonna go, okay, our average asking price is $200. This is our ask. Our average bid price is $250. Remember, these are based on averages. The difference between both of these numbers is where you get the spread. The difference between the asking price and the bid price, no matter what you're doing, no matter what the market's giving you, the difference between both of these numbers is the spread. Watch what happens when we go on MetaTrader 4 and see this real time. So we're going to go back to MetaTrader 4. If you get that concept, just understand the concept. It's the difference between asking and bidding. When we go to MT4, all you're seeing, guess what you're seeing over here? All you're seeing over here, ladies and gentlemen, is a bunch of millionaires, banks, trillionaires, people you never heard about, bidding and asking and buying and selling in real time. But they're not buying and selling products like Teslas and glasses and shoes on what's that website called? On StockX or DHgate. They're not doing that. They're buying and selling currencies. They're asking and bidding against currencies in real time. Like, this is an entire, these are governments, these are financial institutions saying, hey, we have the US dollar in stock. Did it stop sharing? Hold on. Oh, right when I'm, ooh, not when I'm about to stew, not in the middle of my stew. Who's feeling good? I'm feeling great. I know y'all feeling great right now. Oh my God. We're getting into it, baby. We're getting into it, baby. We can't stop, baby. Oh no. Oh no. We ain't stopping now. We get it right into the stew, baby. Let's get right back into it. Let's get right back into it, gang. All right, check me out. So remember, ladies and gentlemen, what you're seeing in real time is banks, financial institutions, Federal Reserve, other banks all across the globe buying and selling and asking and bidding in real time. This is what trading is. So let's zoom in on an example on a pair and show you how the math works. Let's take AUD-USD, for example. So the way to look at this, now you see AU, but to give you guys the content or the concept of what's happening behind this, what this really means, AUD-USD, it's telling you, all right, guess what it's telling you, how many Australian dollars, just kidding, no, that's not right. It's how many US dollars equals 1 Australian dollar. That's what that's telling you. It's telling you how many US dollars equals 1 US dollar. US dollar to Australian dollars. Actually, matter of fact, I don't even like that example. Let's do one that's even better. Let's do one that's more common knowledge. You might see this a lot more. Something that can trigger your memory in COVID. Remember COVID? Watch this. Let's look at Bitcoin. Bitcoin USD. What you're looking at is how many US dollars, how much of this equals one of these. That's what that's telling you. It's telling you that $27,000 equals 1 Bitcoin. That's what these numbers are telling you. All these numbers is telling you is how much US dollars it takes to equal 1 Bitcoin in real time. Not when CNN gets it to you, not when CNBC gets it to you. MetaTrader 4 is one of the most up-to-date applications for real-time price, even when the market's closed. Drop a 4 in the chat if this is making some sense. This is MetaTrader 4 giving you this information. Drop a 4 in the chat. This is making some sense. You're like, okay, I see what this is doing. It's gathering. Okay, great. I love it. Now, I'm gonna erase these. I'm gonna erase this. The difference between this number minus this number equals that number. So 27,509.71 minus 27,438.80 equals 7,091. I'm gonna see if the camera can show. I'm gonna do the math on my phone. So 27,509.71 minus 27,438.80 equals 70.91, which is at the bottom. So if you want to make this very easy, number on the right, so number on the right minus number on the left equals this number. If you wanted to know the math, right minus left equals bottom. Right minus left equals spread. This works on every currency pair, every indice, every crypto on MetaTrader 4 and MetaTrader 5. It works every time. That's how that number, how this number exists. So if you ever wanted to know, man, where did they get this number from? That's where they get it from. So let's continue. Hopefully you guys are taking notes. Hopefully this value is making sense. You know, my line is always open for questions or comments, so please feel free to ask. Now, let's continue with MetaTrader 4, what else we can do. All right, so there's a few things that you can also do on this. So let's say we're trading, and we're telling ourselves, man, I want to trade gold or XAU-USD, but it's not on my quotes page. Right? So all of these numbers that are flashing right now on your left-hand side, this is called your quotes page. Okay, your phone has it as well. The iPad does too. If you want to add a pair on your quotes page, all right, if you want to add a pair on your quotes page, all you have to do is click the plus sign, and you want to add your symbol. Now, to add your symbol is simply this. Search. You want to go ahead and type what you're looking for. So your keyboard's going to pop up. I'm going to look for gold. Before I look for gold, notice how many options I get when it comes to trading. Let's go over a few examples. Look at all the different currency pairs I can trade. I can also trade a whole bunch of cryptos, Cardano, Avalanche, Bitcoin, Binance, Dogecoin, Polkadot, Shiba Inu. Yes, you can trade Shiba Inu now on MetaTrader 4. You can trade Tron. You can trade Stellar Lumens. So all my crypto dudes out there, make some money off of crypto. MetaTrader 4, you can trade it in real time. Let's look at exotics, right? These are more of your little more exotic pairs. This is your, your Czechoslovakian coin, Singaporean dollar, your Polish dollar, the Singapore dollar, South African rand, the Norwegian kroner. This, these are where the Mexican peso. This is in real time. And here's a little trick. Here's something that I put this as a secret. I haven't told anybody this, but this is good. Let's say I'm about to travel and I'm going to travel to Mexico and I want to know roughly what my dollar is going to be worth in Mexico in real time, accurately. I might go to USD MXN right here and find out. I know right here that if I look at my charts page, it's going to cost me 17 Mexican pesos equals $1 US in real time right now. So, hey, all my travelers on the call, or my people who like to travel, maybe you can use MetaTrader 4 to give you a gauge of what your money is going to be worth in other countries. You can use it. You don't have to, but hey, be my guest. Try it out. Why not? So let's continue. I want to add gold, right? Gold is a metal. So as you guys can see, I can trade copper, silver, gold, platinum. So I'm looking for gold. I'm going to add gold to my quotes page with the green plus sign. Click done, and I'm done. That's all you have to do to add a pair. But let's say you want to get rid of it. Let's say you're like, man, I'm not even trying to trade this pair. I don't even want to deal with it. I want to get rid of it. Fine. Here's what you do. You simply click the pencil tool in the top left-hand corner, and you figure out what you want to delete. So just for the sake of the training, just to make it really easy, I'm going to get rid of the pairs that I know for a fact I don't trade or touch. I delete them, and it's done. That's your quote page, family. We went over spread. We went over how to get the numbers popped up like that. We know how to read it now. You know how to add and get rid of pairs. That's the quotes page. And so I really want to move on. I want to keep moving forward, and I want to move into the chart. Now, the chart's one of my favorite apparatuses to use. And so let's get into it. So you guys see the chart page over here. Now, the iPad's a little bit different than the iPhone or the Android, but each of the buttons still does the same thing. So if you're following along to the best of your ability, please do. If you have to redo things, just let me know. Your chart page, it's pretty self-explanatory of what's on this chart. So there's different components to the chart that I want to go ahead and mark down for you guys. So I'm going to screenshot this so we can mark some stuff up. So if we're going to break down MetaTrader 4, and all MetaTrader 4s are almost built the same, but there's some things that are very, very similar. Over here to your right-hand side is your price. Down here is your date / time. Of course, these little rectangle thingies are your candlesticks. Now, up here is a few things you're looking at. There's two things I want you to pay attention to. This is your pair that you're trading. That's your pair. And then this little guy right here is your time frame. That is the basics of your chart page. Those are the 5 things that your chart page will tell you. What pair you're on, what time frame you're in, the candlesticks, the price, the date and time. That's all this is. And I'm going to now break down all 5 of these pieces for you in detail. Let's get into it. First, I want to talk about the candlestick. All right. So first, let's talk candlesticks for a second. Now, a lot of us know what a candlestick is. So there's a very scientific definition, I like to say. So here it is. I'm going to say it like twice, and then I'm going to keep moving. The way I like to break down a candlestick, okay? A candlestick is the visual representation of price manipulation over a period of time. That's all a candlestick is. A candlestick is the visual representation of price manipulation over a period of time. That's all a candlestick's job is to do. For a lot of people, all they call it is, oh, it's a rectangle thingy. Yes, it's the rectangle thingy on the chart. Yeah, that's exactly what a candlestick is as well. However you want to word it, but the sole purpose of a candlestick is to show you where the market's going. It's all its job. It's got no other purpose. It's showing you where it's going. It's showing you where the money's at. But also, a candlestick has emotion. The market just doesn't move on its own. There's decisions, there's buyers, there's sellers, there's corporations, there's fraud going on, whatever. There's money happening. And whoever has the money has control. I'll say that again. Whoever has the money has control. All right. Hope that didn't go over your head. So let's break down the candlestick a little bit more. I'm going to do a little bit of a candlestick breakdown for you guys, and we'll keep moving. So a candlestick is pretty much built of the same 5 pieces. There's 5 pieces to a candlestick. It doesn't matter which one color it is. They're all the same. So if I drew a red candlestick like this, and I drew a green candlestick like this, they all have the same 5 pieces. Pay attention. This top piece right here, this is the high. This top line right here is open. This body is the body. This is called the close. And this little piece right here is the low. That's a red candlestick. So if you wanted to look at what a red candlestick is doing, that's it. There's the high, open, body, close, and low. That's it. 5 pieces. For a green candle, is the exact same thing. But in reverse, check me out. This is the high. This is the low. The body is the exact same. Flip the open and close. This bottom piece down here is the open. This piece right here is the close. Ladies and gentlemen, you now know what a candlestick is. You know the anatomy of a candlestick. Take a couple seconds here, screenshot this if you want to, put this in your notes. I'm going to tell you right here, a lot of strategies in the trading market all start with understanding your candlesticks. And you'll see when we get through the week with the boot camp, you're going to see a lot why this is important. Right here, not knowing what a candlestick does is one of the main reasons a lot of traders lose, because they don't understand them. Get good at understanding candlesticks, and trading will come. Your mind will blow up for what trading can do for you. Because guess what is consistent no matter what you trade? Someone put in the chat. What is consistent between all different kinds of trading, whether it's stocks, whether it's cryptos, whether it's Forex, whether it's ETFs, whether it's options? What is the most consistent piece about all trading? The candlestick. The candlestick does not change. Does not change. The candlestick is most consistent. So to give you guys a leg up, learn candlesticks. Get good at them. Once you know how they work, you're way ahead of you're way more ahead of 93% of the people in the world. All right, let's continue. Let's continue. Hope I didn't lose y'all. Hope we still locked in. I hope I didn't lose y'all, man. But let's continue. Now we have price. Now price is just telling you where the market's at. Right, you guys see the market going up, it's going down, it's moving around. And price is going to show you where it's at. So that's pretty easy to understand. Now the date down here is just telling you where we at in time. Are we in the past? Are we in the future? Or are we in the present? That's all the date is telling you. This is the key. These two up here is very important. Let's look at this right here. Let's look at that right there. Okay. We're currently trading Ethereum to the US dollar. You as a trader, you need to understand what your chart is reading. Because I have myself I personally as a trader have looked at a chart and was marking up the wrong chart. I thought I was marking up gold and I was marking up silver. I thought I was marking up NASDAQ 100 and I was really marking up US 30. This is very crucial to you if you're going to make better, smarter decisions financially and you're not going to make mistakes. Just pay attention to what currency pair you're trading. Because I've made that mistake many times in my life and it's bitten me in the behind and I hate that for it. Next piece is the time frame. Let's dive into the different time frames that MT4 has, because here's the thing that's very important. MetaTrader 4 does not have every time frame for you. I know there's a lot of trading apparatuses in the world that utilize different time frames. People trade on the minute, 3 minute, 2 minute, 2 hour, 4 hour, 5 hour, 7 hour. I've seen before. I've seen 2-day charts. I've seen 5-day charts. But MetaTrader 4 family doesn't give you all those time frames. It only gives you these few. And so let's go over a few of them on the ones that it does give you. Let's pay attention. All right. Any time frame that has an M equals the minute. Any time frame that has an H equals an hour. D is for daily. W is for weekly. MN, if I can write, MN is monthly. Bonus points for whoever can answer this. Depending on your time frame, what we just went over it. Give you a hint. Based on the time frame that you're in, what changes? Based off of what I just showed you. Put in the chat box. If the time frame changes, what also changes? I'm going to tell you right now, it's not trend. Even though that's technically correct, but for the sake of this answer, it's not the answer. Now, if I dig into your question, ask the question again. If we're changing time frames, what on your chart also changes with your time frame? What changes with it? The candlestick. Exactly. The candlesticks change. The candlesticks change. All right, so you have to pay attention to what time frame you're on. Excuse me, I thought I was going to sneeze. Whew, I thought I was going to sneeze. You have to pay attention what time frame you're on, because your candlesticks that you're marking up your charts on will also change. That means the anatomy will change, the trend will change, the emotions behind them, the fundamentals behind them, everything changes the moment the time frame changes. So that is why it is crucial for you to pay attention to the time frame that you're trading on. Because guess what? If your chart on your computer says you're trading on the hour and you're marking up your chart in the hour and you're trying to find an entry on the hour, now why would you be on your phone trading in the 30-minute time frame? Here's another thing. Maybe you have analysis on the 3-hour time frame, but MetaTrader 4 on your phone only gives you the hour. What are you going to do? You got to adjust. And I'm only telling you this because I don't want you to be frustrated with yourself when you have a perfect setup and it lines up beautifully on your chart and you miss your entry because your chart's in the 4-hour time frame and you were studying your MT4 on the M15. That doesn't make sense. You know? So time frame, that's why that's important. And as for today, family, that's everything on the chart page I want to break down to you. All right, that's everything I want to break down to you on the chart page. How are we feeling? Scale of 1 to 10 before we continue. How do we feel? Scale of 1 to 10. Have some 10s going around. Great, 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 great. Lots of 10s, lots of 10s. This is good. This is good. This is good. All right, awesome. Let's continue. This is where this is the I don't know what to call this, but this is your trading page. But the reason why it won't probably be best to do it on the iPad because mostly on the iPad, it doesn't look it's not the same on the iPad. So I'm going to actually get on the call on my phone here. So give me 1 second. I'm actually going to get the call on my phone because this is the most, I would say, relevant to us as traders, what we see on social media and everything like that. So I'm going to go ahead and make my computer back the host again. All right, we'll leave the iPad alone. Glad you guys are learning today, man. It's a lot of fun teaching. This is so much fun teaching, man. I love doing this, man. Can't believe I get to do this with you guys every single day for the month of October. It's going to be truly a blessing. Hopping on the call right now. All right, awesome. My phone is now the host. I'm going to go ahead and hop on MetaTrader 4 on my phone, and I'm going to show you guys what a trading screen looks like. And so you guys can see this next piece, because this next piece is very crucial. This is what you'll see on social media. This is what you see, you know, in real time. So we'll do my trading screen just like this. So I hopped myself into a little trade. It was a gold trade. You guys can see my chart page is very similar, but I want to pay attention to this page right here. So I'm going to do a little bit of it. I'm going to do a screenshot so we can break this down. Let's pay attention to these few things. First things first is your balance. Now, your balance, ladies and gentlemen, is how much money your trading account currently has. All right, so when you deposit money into a broker, that's what this is showing. How much money do you have in your broker? Better way is how much money you got in your bank account. That's another way to look at it. Show me your bank account. Okay, show me your MT4 balance. I don't know. Show me your bank account. Show me your MT4 balance. Yeah, exactly. Not the same. Anyway. But that your balance is how much money you currently have in your broker. Your equity is how much money your balance will be once you close all of your trades. So notice, I'm negative $7 in my balance. I'm negative $7 in my trades. We'll zoom out. There it is. I'm negative $7. So that means if I close out this trade right now, my equity will go, my balance will go from 2,041 to 2,034 because you just subtract $7.35 and you get it. Now, for basic terms, there's a lot of dictionary, there's a lot of technicalities with what I'm about to tell you. But to keep it basic for you, margin is how much money, is how much skin you got in the game, and free margin is how much you got left. Right? Margin is how much you have in the game, and free margin is how much you have left to put into the game. Here's a beginner's advice for you. Because a lot of people will tell you this, all the intermediate stuff. Here's my beginner's advice. Do your best to not allow your free margin to get lower than your margin. Just as a beginner's tip. Do your best. I know it's not always going to be like that for you, but just do your best. Try your best, especially if you're practicing, especially if you're learning. All right? That really is your trading screen. This is what you see. Now, we're going to break down this a little bit. And I'm going to break it down. I'm actually going to break this down on Wednesday. On Wednesday, when we go over Trading Plan 2.0, this, what I'm showing you, is going to be very crucial. But for today, I'm going to leave it alone. But just remember, on Wednesday this week, October the 4th, we will dive into what this positions mean, because in Trading Plan 2.0, this is going to play a big factor. But for today's lesson, I just want you to understand what these numbers at the top mean. Those numbers at the top. Now, your history page, of course, let's dive into the history page. As you see, not the best trading day. Oh, well. But your history page, this is where numbers don't lie. This shows you your profits, your wins and your losses on your phone. It'll show you how much money you made, how much you withdrew out the market, how much you deposited, etc. So your history page, it'd be off the day, it's off the week, it could be off the month, customized, however you want to do it. And this is your opportunity, if you're a beginner trader, to make this week. Set up a demo. I'm going to show you guys how to set up a demo. And then you can just practice. Just practice your strategy. Of course, I'm in practicing mode. You're seeing I'm sticking with one pair. I'm winning, I'm losing. But your history page is a great gauge for you to learn your mistakes. Where are you making errors at? Where are you making wins? The last thing I want to tell you about this history page is this red line and the green line. So if you guys see a red bar next to my entries or my positions, that means my trade hit stop loss that I set, which is right here. That number that's highlighted in red, I set a stop loss. Or I set a point in the market where I told my phone to stop, to take me out the game. I don't want to keep losing money. That's what it was. But the green line shows, hey, market, if the market gets to this number, please take me out the game. Please take me out. So it hit the green line and I made money. If you don't see any lines next to them, that means I, as Aaron, manually close these trades. I closed them while they were active. I didn't let my phone do the work. On Wednesday, we'll dive into that a lot more with Trading Plan 2.0. But that's just to give you guys that idea. Last but not least is your settings. As you guys can see, I'm practicing currently on a demo. I have live accounts myself. I have practice accounts. So I'm going to open up a demo account for you guys, and then we can get on out of here. All right? I'm going to click the plus sign. Now, on MetaTrader 4, you can open something called a demo account, or you can log into your existing account. That's with your broker. Open a demo. I'm going to use one of the brokerages that I've been using called NVLLC. That's what I use. Everybody has their own brokerages. You can type your broker right here in the server, whether it's KOT, Hugo's Way, Forex.com, whatever broker you use, you can type it here. I'm going to click NVLLC. I'm now going, you can name it, put my phone number in there, email address, whatever. There's my phone number. If you guys ever want to message me privately for information, please do. Then you have my deposit. I can change it to what I need, 500,000. Is that 5 million? That's a $5 million trading account. Hey, if you want a demo for $5 million, please be my guest. Please be my guest, right? So I'm going to change it to 3,000, register, done. And now I have a demo account that I can right now get into the foreign exchange market, get into the crypto market, get into the stock market, and practice on my own. Well, to show you guys a couple stocks, I didn't get the chance to do that. They're going to be called US shares. Now these are all the stocks you can trade on your phone. Apple, Amazon, Boeing, Bank of America, Citigroup, Cisco, Chevron, Ford, FedEx, Google. IBM, Intel, Johnson & Johnson, JP Morgan, Coca-Cola, MasterCard, McDonald's, Microsoft, Meta, Facebook, Netflix, Oracle, Procter & Gamble, AT&T, Tesla, Visa, and Exxon Mobil Corporation. These are all the different stocks you guys can trade right now on your phone. All right. But family, I do want to give you guys, a very special thanks for being here for tonight. I really did enjoy giving you guys with some very basic knowledge of MetaTrader 4. Some good information you guys can utilize, some good info you guys can take with you, try it on your own, go experiment, go learn. We're going to be having a lot more amazing calls for this entire October boot camp. If you've enjoyed day 1 of the boot camp, go ahead and drop some fire emojis in the chat. Go in every Telegram group chat that you're in. Drop some fire emojis if you enjoyed today's call, if you felt that you've gained some value, if you felt that you now can go out there yourself and just practice this on your own. If you're excited for the information that I gave you tonight is going to take you to the next level as we're heading into 2024 and to close out this 4th quarter. Go ahead and drop some fire emojis in every single Telegram you're in. Tag me on Instagram. Please like, subscribe, follow wherever you guys are watching this from. It has been an honor and pleasure to give you guys training, and I'll see you guys tomorrow on October 3rd, live at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, once again for our live trading watch party. I love you guys all so much. God bless. Stay safe. Take care.